Now, My9 News at 10.
He has riders, but Jay and the others don't. How did they make out tonight on their return to the airwaves? We have clips from tonight's show that you don't want to miss.
This Arctic blast continues its cold grip over the northeast. As the temperature decreases, your layers should increase. I'll have the details coming up.
And the price of oil has hit $100 a barrel. What this means for your pocket next time you turn on the thermostat and step on the gas.
Good evening. How expensive will it be to heat your home this year?
That is the question many homeowners are asking themselves tonight as they try to stay warm in this cold blast. Temperatures dropped below the freezing mark, making it hard for anyone trying to get around. Bundling up was the only way to protect yourself from the icy cold winds.
So how long will these freezing temperatures stick around? Here's Audrey Puente with Viper 3D weather right now. Hey, Audrey.
Hi, Mike and Linda. Good evening, everyone. It was a brutal day across the tri-state area, folks. You did what you could to keep warm, and unfortunately, you're going to have to do the same for tomorrow. Look at Viper 3D shows things are quiet over the tri-state area. No rain, and the flurries that we had over Long Island earlier have now moved down towards the south. The big talk is all the temperatures. So let's take a look at the numbers right now. This is where our current readings are across the region, mostly in the teens across the area. Factor in the winds, and we have wind chills at near zero or below, like in Newburgh at -2 right now. Caldwell is just at 1 degree. It feels like 1 degree in Newark, and it feels like 7 is the warm spot right now in New York City. Overnight tonight, we can expect sub-zero wind chills north and west of New York City, even as cold as -10 across parts of northern New Jersey, and even colder numbers than that up into the Hudson Valley. We're expecting more frigid weather for tomorrow and a warm-up for the weekend. I'll have all the details coming up.
Okay, thanks, Audrey. Now, just in time for the big chill, crude oil prices hit a record $100 a barrel for the first time today. That means you're going to have to dig deeper into your pockets to pay for both heating and oil and gasoline. Giovanna Drpic joins us now with more on what this is going to mean for homeowners. Giovanna.
Mike, the immediate impact is to diesel fuel, which of course is how many goods are shipped, jet fuel, which affects airfares, and heating oil prices, which is really a concern right now with these bitterly cold temperatures outside.
Where does it end? What are we going to do? How much higher is it going to go? How can we live like this?
Retiree Jean Alexander just can't afford to spend another winter paying more than $700 a month for heating oil. It's a big reason she's packing up and moving to Georgia. That's even though she's lived in this home in Hillside for more than 33 years, and even though her granddaughter Rashida lives next door. And now she just heard oil hit the $100 a barrel milestone today.
By the time you get one tank full, a bill comes, and then before you can pay that bill, another bill is here for oil.
Michael Santoni, an associate editor for Barron's Financial Magazine, says if the price of oil stays around $100 a barrel, it'll likely put upward pressure on gas prices.
The estimates are that gasoline prices, as we get into the spring and summer, could approach $4 a gallon nationally. You know, that's up from, let's say, $3.20-ish right now.
Santoni says the biggest impact is to people who heat their homes with heating oil. He says speculative buying, plus instability in Pakistan and Nigeria, and increased demand fueled concerns over supply, creating today's record high. To put it into perspective for you, just 5 years ago, oil hit $30 a barrel. Now it's increased by more than triple to $100 a barrel. And the overall upward trend means more than just higher heating oil bills for Alexander.
They just say it's a couple extra $100 a month or a couple extra $100 during the winter months, but it's actually much more.
It also cost Rashida the companionship of having her grandmother living right next door. So the bottom line, well, this milestone is going to make some basics more expensive and will be a general drag on the economy. But Michael Santoni says it doesn't mean it's going to be the overwhelming threat to the economy. Linda?
Giovanna, thank you. Well, space heaters being used to battle this bitter cold are being blamed for a fast-moving fire that killed an elderly Yonkers couple. The flames broke out around 7:30 this morning at the home of Leo and Caroline Gorinsky. Fire officials say the front door was nailed shut and had to be torn down, and that the windows had bars on them. But once inside, firefighters' efforts were hampered again.
house was also extremely cluttered with debris, which added fuel to the fire and also caused difficulties in our members maneuvering throughout the building.
I think it's a sad, sad, sad state to see people who have no family, they have no kids, nobody to take care of them.
The deputy chief says the space heaters ignited the piles of clothes, paper, and debris in the home. He said the couple did have oil heat service, but wasn't using it.
Well, the new year is getting off to a good start for Marty Tancliffe. He spent 17 years in jail for the death of his parents. Now those murder charges are being dropped. Megan Vega's in Westbury, Long Island with the details. Good evening, Megan.
Well, good evening there, Mike. Marty is enjoying his freedom with his family and friends. Just minutes ago, they returned to this home behind me here in Long Island. Now, Marty had said this was a day he had been dreaming about.
I'm a little tired now. It's a little overwhelming.
Overwhelming. Time to just spend with your family.
Absolutely, yeah.
Marty Tancliffe is a free man. Tonight, heading home for good.
I'm spending time with family and friends and Jay and Bruce and a few other people tonight just to kind of decompress.
Tancliffe spent 17 years behind bars after being convicted of the depraved indifference murder of his mother and the intentional murder of his father. The two were found bludgeoned to death inside their Long Island home. Tancliffe always maintained his innocence, claiming his father's business partner may have been involved. Today, the Suffolk County District Attorney announced that he will not seek a retrial and is instead dropping all charges against Tancliffe just days after an appeals court overturned the 36-year-old's conviction.
Within 2 weeks of the appellate division decision, I announce that this office's prosecution and criminal investigation into the murder of Arlene and Seymour Tancliffe has ended.
Over the 17 years Tancliffe was in jail, new evidence has surfaced and the legal definition of depraved indifference has changed. Because of that, the DA says he could not guarantee a conviction if he moved forward.
As much as I wish he had done this 4 years ago when we first brought the evidence to him, I think that he deserves credit for doing what he's done since December 21st.
So it's a happy new year for Tancliffe and his family.
It's joy right now. The bitterness is hard to come to. It's the joy of what we're experiencing now with Marty and what he's experiencing.
It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. I still have a deceased sister, and that won't change.
Now, the DA also says that he will ask the governor for a special prosecutor to look into any theories or leads in this case. One other thing we want to point out tonight is that Tancliffe's legal team is on their way from Washington, D.C. Tomorrow they will be holding a news conference. We, of course, will be covering it for you. Mike.
Okay, Megan Vega in Westbury. A deadly police shooting in Brooklyn is under investigation tonight. Darren Richardson, who was killed by police gunfire, was on the FBI's most wanted list. Koran Mahalik has the latest from East New York, Brooklyn.
Darren John Richardson was on the run for 2 years on the FBI's most wanted list, killed in a hail of bullets by narcotics officers. Those officers at the time did not know what they were really up against.
And I'm glad you caught him before he would hurt anyone else, because there's be a lot of shooting.
Mary herself once a shooting victim in her neighborhood, her face partially paralyzed, tonight applauding police for gunning down 32-year-old Darren John Richardson, who was hiding from authorities for an attempted murder of a cop in Georgia, where he even shot the cop in the head when he was on the ground. But last night, Brooklyn North narc cops did not know who Richardson was when they approached him here in this East New York neighborhood on this street corner where cops say violence and drug deals go down all the time.
We were upstairs inside the window. We were looking out. Next thing you know, we heard a gunshot.
A police source tells me the narcotics officers saw Richardson here on the street. He appeared to have what looked like a gun pointing at them. When they told him, "Do not move," he kept running. They gave chase, and the police source tells me he still pointed what appeared to be a weapon at those officers, and that's when they fired 7 shots. Some shots shattering car windows and hitting vans like this one, but several killing Richardson. Cops recovering what indeed was a gun, a fully loaded .38 caliber handgun.
I had seen him just passing by.
Stephanie Rodriguez never thought twice about seeing him roaming her streets, but tonight as she returns home with her 2 little boys.
I feel safe. More power to the cop that had to do what he had to do.
We're told the 2 officers were treated for trauma. In East New York, Brooklyn, Koran Mahalik, My9 News.
Ex-Yankee Jim Leyritz was driving with a suspended license the night he had a deadly accident. Leyritz was arrested last month in Florida. He was reportedly drunk when he smashed into a car, killing a mother of two. According to motor vehicle records, Leyritz had lost his license in November after failing to answer a summons in upstate New York.
Now to campaign 2008, and all eyes are on Iowa tonight. The candidates for president making their final pushes in the Iowa caucuses. Dick Brennan joins us live from Des Moines with more on what the frontrunners are saying tonight. Good evening, Dick.
Well, good evening, Mike. I can tell you what they're saying is we don't know what's going to happen, and that's what everyone is saying. These two races are going right down to the wire, Republican and Democratic. But what do the candidates do? Well, Hillary, she does a cameo on Letterman, and Mike Huckabee does her one better. He hops on a plane, and on the eve of the Iowa caucuses, goes on Jay Leno.
Mike Huckabee's last-minute appeal came on the Jay Leno show in California, crossing a Writers Guild picket line to reach voters across the country.
That's what politics is about. I tell people that if you can't stand the sight of your own blood, don't run for anything. Just buy a ticket and watch it from the stands.
Huckabee also took time to jam with Jay's band. Mitt Romney stayed in Iowa, taking swipe after swipe at Huckabee and urging Republicans to get out to a caucus.
Need you all go out to the caucus on Thursday evening. It'll only take about a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. Vote 5 or 6 times for me.
The final pitches in the Iowa caucuses are aimed at the undecideds. Nearly half of the Republicans and a quarter of the Democrats are on the fence. And with both races too close to call, they could make the difference.
It is perhaps the most important political decision you will make.
Hillary Clinton brought out her mother and daughter Chelsea today in a final effort to shore up her support, especially among older women. Latest polls show Clinton trailing Barack Obama. Obama, meanwhile, stopped at rally after rally, looking beyond the Iowa caucuses.
The polls are not enough. The only thing that counts is whether or not you show up to caucus.
John Edwards kicked off his stretch run in Iowa by meeting with volunteers.
Everything that you can do to reach out to your friends and neighbors, get on the phone, knock on some doors, get them to the caucus tomorrow night.
So the question is, what's going to happen tomorrow? Well, a lot of things could happen. Turnout could be affected by the weather. I know it's getting cold in New York, but you guys got to understand it is freezing here, and snow and anything else could affect voter turnout and affect the result. Stay tuned. The results from Iowa are tomorrow. I'm Dick Brennan in Des Moines, Iowa for My9 News. Lynda, back to you.
All right, Dick, thanks so much. Well, despite his criticism of the candidates, Mayor Mike Bloomberg insists he's not running for president. Bloomberg says the current presidential contenders have failed to address the important issues like immigration reform, health care, and the environment. So while he says he won't run, Bloomberg also says he won't keep quiet.
I think what we have to do is, rather than pull ourselves apart and let the special interests dictate what we do, we've got to find ways to get the best and the brightest from both sides of the aisle, bring them together, and get them to focus on the international and national issues that matter.
Despite his denials, many analysts believe Mayor Bloomberg will throw his hat into the ring in November and use his own money to finance his race for the White House.
Still to come. First night back for Jay Leno since the writers' strike began. So how did he do without writers? Coming up, a sneak peek of The Tonight Show before it airs.
We think it's a distortion. We think it's unfortunate. We think it's a smear.
Plus, meet the New Jersey cop behind this offensive picture and hear his reason for taking it.
I don't even want to see it because I saw it that day in real life.
And find out the premise behind this video game that has families of 9/11 victims outraged.
Plus, it's being called a Christmas miracle. A young boy comes to New York for life-saving surgery. We'll show you the amazing reaction the boy had when the cameras were rolling.
Closed captioning brought to you by Lexus.
You ready for this?
Yeah. Hello?
Hi, honey.
Hey, where are you guys?
I got stuck at work. I can't pick him up from practice.
You promised.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'll go get him.
Okay. I love... She hung up on me. Just a little something.
Find some of the best values of the year at the Lexus December to Remember sales event, now through January 2nd, at your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Lexus dealer.
Janet is so lame. Totally lame. She only brings McDonald's to bribe people to do her work. Ridiculous. Probably get started on Janet's invoices, huh? Well.
McDonald's 2 for $3 breakfast deals will make you do things. There's one every day. Like right now, you can get 2 Egg McMuffins for just $3.
Janet's dry cleaning.
Janet's dog.
If you had to guess, what's the smartest time of year to buy a car? Right now, because winter is when Toyota quality, safety, and value really show their stuff. And during Toyota's winter special, get great deals on SUVs like the new Highlander, rugged 4Runner, or all-road RAV4, all with the 5-point star safety system standard. It's Toyota's winter special at your Toyota dealer now. A smart way to keep moving forward.
You're watching My9 News at 10.
Well, deal or no deal, the funny men of late-night television, well, they're back.
David Letterman's production company was able to work out their own agreement with the Writers Guild after a 2-month strike, but other late-night show hosts will go unscripted. Tina Esseddine is live in Midtown right now with more. Tina.
Mike and Lynda, 2 tapings tonight of The Late Show with David Letterman. This after nearly 2 months of nothing new for fans. He's back.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 long months, but by God, I'm finally out of rehab.
The Late Show with David Letterman returns to the airwaves tonight. Fans lining up as the temperature dips to see the show since a writer's strike forced it off the air November 5th.
I can't believe we're here.
For nearly 2 months, it's been reruns for viewers. Tonight, all of the broadcast network late-night shows will be back on the air. But only Letterman's show will have something the rest won't, a full writing team.
We're going to make it a historic event because Letterman has writers now.
A separate agreement between the striking Writers Guild of America and Letterman's company Worldwide Pants is why The Late Show writers are back on the job. The other network shows will be returning without writers and possibly without Hollywood heavy-hitter guests. Leno, for example, hosts presidential candidate Mike Huckabee tonight, while Letterman's guests include Robin Williams, the actor and comedian leaving the Ed Sullivan Theater after taping the show.
It's a little bit surreal, yeah. The Robin Williams thing, I think that's a bonus.
Still, many Late Show fans unaware of the guest list.
I don't have any idea who's on the show tonight, so.
Do you even really care at this point?
No,
really?
No, not at all. We watch them on TV, so we're pretty excited.
Some with this, the coveted ticket to the show, if they answered a trivia question.
Their main music player, like what was his instrument? It was keyboard, so we got that and got tickets.
Others taking a chance.
It's freezing cold out here. Yeah. We're hoping he gives us a ticket.
Yet with all the anticipation of the Late Show's return, Leno still leads in ratings. Now comes the big question. Will Letterman's team be enough to write off Leno? And now for a little late-night scoop, if you will, on tonight's show. The Rockettes make an appearance, we understand, poking a little fun at the strike. And the second taping of tonight's show, including a guest appearance from Donald Trump, who you can expect, talks about Rosie O'Donnell and his latest show. It airs Friday. Lynda, back to you.
Thanks so much. Tonight, the search for the suspect who shot an 11-year-old boy continues. This is a sketch of the suspect that police say is responsible for the cold-blooded attack. 11-year-old Tashawn Falconer is recovering after being shot in the chest at point-blank range. The attack happened last month. Police believe the gunman was after Tashawn's older brother.
The man at the center of the Hoboken police controversy is speaking out. Lieutenant Angelo Adriano claims that photos he appears in are being taken out of context. And today, he and his attorney vigorously defended his actions. Christine Persichetti reports.
More than 2 months after being called a white supremacist, Hoboken Police Lieutenant Angelo Andriani fires back today at the 5 Hispanic officers who are suing him for discrimination. But he stayed silent as his lawyer did all the talking.
In terms of creating a racist environment that's discriminatory and that in some way creates a harassing environment for these people, He denies it. It didn't happen.
And he says allegations he made the on-duty officers do work around his house also didn't happen.
The owner and the chief cook.
Okay.
Armed with pictures of his own, Andriani's attorney says snapshots of his client were taken out of context.
We think it's a distortion. We think it's unfortunate. We think it's a smear.
Like this one, they say it has nothing to do with the KKK.
This was not that. It was a joke about a bandit from a movie.
And Sciarra says nobody had a problem with these photos of the SWAT team posing with Hooters girls holding their weapons until the officer's lawsuit. He showed another picture of a woman holding a gun taken at a party Hoboken Mayor David Roberts attended. Roberts says he didn't see it happen and it shouldn't have happened.
I don't recall the photograph of firearms being displayed while in my presence.
Sciarra says his client has received death threats because of the officers' complaints and says their motive was to cash in.
Money. They want to collect. They want to advance their careers.
Last week, Andriani filed a countersuit against the officers, accusing them of libel, slander, and defamation. They continue to work here at the Hoboken Police Department. Andriani is on desk duty. In Hoboken, Christine Persichetti, My9 News.
The window washer who survived a 47-story fall is planning to sue. Scaffolding snapped on an Upper East Side skyscraper last month. 2 window washers plunged to the ground. The 2 were brothers. One died. The surviving brother has been in intensive care since the fall. His family plans to sue the building and the company that installed the scaffolding.
He was the jail guard named in a note left behind by 2 escapees. Now tonight he's dead, just 1 day before he was scheduled to be interviewed by investigators. Rudolph Zurich was found dead from an apparent suicide inside his home in Sayreville, New Jersey.
Nobody should take what happened here to in any way indicate that Rudy did anything wrong.
Zurich was named in this thank you note left behind by inmates Otis Blunt and Jose Espinoza. The 2 escaped last month from the Union County Jail. Signed with a smiley face, the note thanked Zurich for the tools, a thick piece of wire and a valve wheel, which they used to chisel their way out.
Rudy, first of all, is one of the firmer officers in our place as far as being strict. And these inmates absolutely, unequivocally did this to be wise guys, to stick it to him on their way out.
Zurich had not been charged and had been cooperating with the investigation. In fact, he was scheduled to be interviewed tomorrow. Zurich spent 14 years as a corrections officer at the Union County Jail and served 4 years in the U.S. Air Force as a military policeman. He leaves behind a wife and a 4-year-old daughter.
It's extremely sad. I mean, here's a guy that, as I said, spent 18 years basically in law enforcement and did everything right his entire life.
This is like losing a family member.
The 2 escaped inmates, Otis Blunt and Jose Espinoza, still remain on the loose tonight.
This is wrong. People died that day, they were murdered, and it's not right.
Still to come, find out the premise behind this video game that has the families of 9/11 victims outraged.
Plus, how these TV watchers are being rewarded for laziness.
Another frigid day is on tap for tomorrow. I'll let you know coming up why you may want to add some extra minutes to your morning commute.
How hot can it get in 60 seconds?
What do you think is more exciting, having sex or stealing cars?
This hot.
You break it, you buy it, my friend.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Thursday at 8, only on My9.
It's game time.
New drama.
Break it up! Let's go, let's go. Get on the ground!
New comedy. New talk.
Have you ever faked it?
New reality.
I can't believe my parents saw this.
New year. New shows.
You're out of here, buddy.
We're ready. Are you? All-you-can-eat pancakes are back at IHOP. Enjoy stack after stack of fluffy buttermilk goodness served with all your favorites. And try our new International House Roast coffee, too. IHOP. Come hungry, leave happy.
All right. You, sir? No one's in the chair. Come on, come on. Sweeney's waiting. I want you, bleeders.
The New York Times calls Sweeney Todd a work of genius. Sweeney Todd.
At your service.
Rated R. Now playing.
The
The #1 car information website, Edmunds.com, presented Mazda with a little problem. They named not one, but 5 different Mazdas to their editor's most wanted list. So how do you put all 5 on a pedestal? With one great event, announcing Mazda's most wanted sales event. Don't miss 0.0% APR financing on the 08 Mazda 3, Mazda 6, CX-7, and CX-9. Learn about all the most wanted Mazdas at Mazda.Edmunds.com. Hurry, this year-end event ends January 2nd.
It was a Playboy kind of life.
A sex club.
With an ending that will make you blush.
Fun people don't have regrets.
Law and Order: Criminal Intent.
It would be a crime to miss it.
Tonight at 11 on My 9.
Oh, boy.
There's a baby on board.
We're broke, we're unprepared, and I drop things.
Next on The King of Queens.
Tomorrow at 7, only on My 9.
A volcano erupts, spewing ash and lava thousands of feet into the air. Now, this spectacular sight can be seen for miles in southern Chile. There are no reports of injuries or serious damage, but tourists nearby were evacuated. And right before the explosion, some said they could hear the ground rumbling. The volcano has frequent eruptions, making it one of Chile's most active.
Well, tonight, the couch potato contest continues, but with 2 less competitors. First, there were 4. Now there are only 2 self-proclaimed couch potatoes left. They're trying to watch the most continuous hours of televised sports. They have to beat 69 hours and 48 minutes to make it into the record books. They can't go to sleep or leave their recliners. They can have 1 bathroom break every 8 hours.
That's tough work there. Below freezing temperatures are with us tonight, so will we need to put on that extra sweater tomorrow morning? Here's Audrey Puente with Viper 3D Wake Up Weather.
I think you need a few extra things tomorrow, Mike. We are expecting another frigid morning across the tri-state area. Let's take a live look at Viper 3D. The northwest winds that have brought in all this cold weather are also bringing a few snow flurries across parts of the Great Lakes. I don't think they'll reach as far south as our area. Our big problem will be the temperature readings. Let's take a look at some of the numbers around the Northeast tonight. 17 is where we're at right now in Central Park. It's 5 degrees in Albany, but when we factor in those northwest winds, it feels like 7 right now in the city. It feels like -5 in Boston, and the wind chill is at -6 up towards the capital. Here's a look at your wake-up weather. Tomorrow morning, give yourself some extra time. You may want to need a few extra minutes to warm up the car, as well as bundle up the kids on the way out to the school bus, because temperatures are going to be in the teens. We'll have plenty of sunshine. It'll look nice outside, but you'll get a rude awakening when you step out the door. We do have a warm-up coming up, though. I'll tell you all about it coming up.
He's a hero. There's no question about it, and I'm very proud of him.
Still to come, find out what this man had to do to save his elderly neighbor from his burning home.
Plus, what teachers at a Bronx high school say is giving them asthma and why it's not getting fixed.
And the historical list. New Jersey will join when the governor signs a piece of legislation.
This is my neighborhood. It's a city on a rise. I love Brenda and Harry. They have great chemistry. My neighborhood, my news.
Critics across the country are falling in love with P.S. I Love You. It's smart, original, warm, and funny. It's the best romantic comedy in a very long time. The perfect date movie for the holidays. P.S. I Love You. Rated PG-13.
Yeah, well, there is some monumental news. Geico's just announced new lower rates. Needless to say, it's all anyone can think about. Even me. Like, I'll be doing laundry, building shelves, watching TV, whatever. Start thinking about the fact that Geico's lowered their rates. Next thing you know, I'm like standing in the middle of the street, cars whizzing by, absolutely no idea how I got there. Hold up, this is the perfect example. I don't know where I am. Where am I? How you doing, all right? Check out Geico's new lower rates in New Jersey.
Designed to feed New York's hungry, the City Harvest Truck rescues 57,000 pounds of unused food and distributes it throughout the 5 boroughs every day. But it can't move without your support. Get behind the wheel. Donate at cityharvest.org today.
Kia Fest, deals like you've never seen before. Like 0% APR plus $500 bonus cash.
Tonight, no one is defending a game called New York Defender.
The internet video game is being called tasteless because the goal of the game is to shoot down planes heading towards the Twin Towers. Cynthia Guaba says 9/11 families are outraged.
The internet video game New York Defender can be found on the French website usinagaz.com. It's listed under the chaos category. In the game, players are challenged to prevent planes from crashing into the Twin Towers.
This is wrong. People died that day, they were murdered, and it's not right to be making a game of something where so many people were affected.
Jim Riches lost his firefighter son, Jimmy, on 9/11. The deputy fire chief carried the 29-year-old's body out of the rubble 6 months later.
I don't even want to see it because I saw it that day in real life, and every time those images come up, it's another hurt.
In New York Defender 2, the goal is to shoot down hijacked airplanes before crashing into city landmarks.
I guess this is the only way you can find to make money, is by promoting hatred. Shame on your company, shame on you.
Lee Ayelpi also lost his son Jonathan Lee on 9/11. Ayelpi created the Tribute Museum near Ground Zero to honor the victims and promote tolerance and hope.
We must never forget 9/11. We must learn from 9/11, but not through a video game where people are shooting down planes.
Reportedly, the French designer says there is no way to win the game. The ultimate goal of the game is to demonstrate that fighting terrorism is impossible.
Oh, I think that's absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. We're going to win terrorism. We're winning it now.
We tried to contact someone at the website, but no one responded. Cynthia Guaba, My9 News.
The bathroom of a Long Island gas station catches on fire, killing a homeless man inside. Thomas Cacareco and another man somehow set themselves on fire at the Exxon gas station on Atlantic Avenue in East Rockaway. The second man was taken to the hospital for burns on his hands and arms. 4 police officers were treated at the hospital for smoke inhalation and released. No word yet on how the fire started.
Tonight, an elderly man is alive thanks to his neighbor. The neighbor made a heroic rescue when he realized the man might be trapped inside a burning building.
He's a hero. There's no question about it.
Janet Herskovitz is proud of her son Ross. The 21-year-old rescued his 84-year-old neighbor from a fire. Ross rushed out of his bedroom and ran down 2 flights of stairs.
I jumped downstairs and I ran around. I didn't see anything. I didn't really see any smoke. And I noticed that the front door was open, so I ran outside.
Ross went to help neighbor Gilbert Sullivan after his mother was alerted about the fire by a smoke alarm.
And she was standing at the front door and there was smoke everywhere.
The smoke just was pouring out of the door. And my son followed closely behind me in his pajamas, and without giving it a second thought, he ran upstairs and grabbed Gilbert in his arms.
I just went in and I went on my hands and knees and I crawled upstairs, and he was sitting on a folding chair, so I took him by the knees and I put him over and I carried him down the stairway.
The firefighters arrived and took Gilbert to the hospital. Gilbert's family says the elderly man suffers from several medical conditions and are thankful that Ross put his life on the line.
We love Gilbert. Gilbert's been our neighbor for 20+ years, and even if I think that even if I had the time to think about it, I would still go in because, you know, he's such a nice man. I just did what I could for Gilbert because Gilbert does so much for us.
After being taken to the hospital, Mr. Sullivan was treated for minor smoke inhalation and released.
Concerns tonight over a high school that some say is poisonous. 10 teachers at the New School for Arts and Sciences in the Bronx say they're fed up. They claim they've been sick with asthma-like symptoms ever since a gas leak at the school back in September. They believe repair work to the leak may have released toxic fumes. The Department of Education says tests show the air quality is good.
Tonight, more than 250 preschool and school-age children are in danger of losing their daycare center. The Lucille Murray Daycare Center in the Bronx is slated to be closed by the Department of Children's Services next week. Today, parents and grandparents gathered to protest that decision. If it closes, they say it will leave them in a lurch and hurt the cohesiveness of the community.
This is a family. This is home. Most of the parents here, we know each other. We celebrate Christmas together. We celebrate birthdays, Halloweens, Thanksgivings together. We talk about problems here together.
Parents and grandparents are struggling to make ends meet.
ACS says the center doesn't meet basic standards of care, including the poor physical condition of the site. They add that all of the children in the program will be transferred to other ACS contracted programs in the community.
New ferries are now making the trip to the Statue of Liberty. A new operator has taken over the rides, and they promise to reduce the long lines. And get this, they say they'll even offer multimedia presentations and organic food on their boats. But prepare for new fares. Round-trip tickets to both the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island will now cost $12 for adults, $5 for children. That's up from $8 for adults and $3 for children.
Well, you can turn your Christmas tree into mulch. The city sanitation department will begin picking up trees tomorrow, but first, you must remove all the lights, tinsel, ornaments, and sand. The trees will then be turned into mulch for city parks, ball fields, and community gardens. And don't forget, the annual Mulch Fest will be held this Saturday and Sunday at various parks in the 5 boroughs, and trees will be collected until January 16th.
Still to come, the historic list New Jersey will join when Governor Sporzine signs a piece of legislation.
We really call this the Christmas miracle.
Plus, a young boy undergoes a life-saving surgery, his amazing recovery, and his reaction as the cameras were rolling.
Parking woes. Find out how much more Yankee fans will have to shell out to park when the new stadium opens.
There's no fiber in this.
Manager. Fiber One honey cluster cereal, that's really good.
Right, and if it tastes good, there's no fiber.
It's actually got about half a day's worth of fiber in it.
It says so
right
there,
on the box.
right on the box.
Okay. Honey, touch of brown sugar, crunchy clusters.
Right, any twigs?
Twigs, no. Delicious, yes.
Right, so where's the fiber?
Maybe it's hiding in the honey clusters.
Rethink fiber with Fiber One.
11.
Everybody here is good looking.
Sexy.
They all are hot.
Singles.
It's game time.
The wait is over. It's back. Paradise Hotel 2.
New guests, no reservations.
Who will shack up?
I'm a 22-year-old virgin.
Who will ship out?
You are my best friend here. Trust no one. Drama, love, twists and turns. Paradise has it all.
Paradise Hotel 2 premieres Monday, February 4th on My9.
I can't feel my hands. I'm freezing at Pee-wee hockey. I'm freezing at Pee-wee hockey. But wait, there's hope on the way.
Introducing new Milky Way brand hot chocolate. Perfect for when you're freezing at Pee-wee hockey. Only at Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Try one of our delicious hot chocolates. There's 3 great flavors: original, white, and new Milky Way brand.
Introducing Yo Plus, a new yogurt with special cultures and fiber that naturally help regulate your digestion. With the delicious Yoplait taste. Life's better on the plus side. Try it for 10 days and feel the difference.
If you don't get everything you want this holiday season, there's no law that says you can't get yourself a little something. The Lexus December to Remember sales event, now through January 2nd at your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Lexus dealer.
New Jersey could soon be making a historic apology, saying it's sorry for slavery.
But one lawmaker says taxpayers may be the ones who end up sorry if the apology is given.
The whole slavery issue, you know, to this day, it's like it has a big impact on life.
Conrad Evelard believes an official state apology for slavery will help end racism in New Jersey.
You still have racial profiling and police officers pulling over students.
The Seton Hall senior supports an assembly bill sponsored by Newark Democrat William Payne, asking the Garden State to issue 3 words: "We are sorry." But Morris County Republican Richard Merck says there's no one alive today to apologize to.
Most of the people alive in New Jersey today have ancestors who weren't even in the United States before the Civil War. So I would ask, what do these people really have to apologize for?
I think anything that can be done to improve the nature of race relations without ducking our heads in the sand is highly appropriate and very healthy.
Reverend Forrest Pritchett teaches African American studies at Seton Hall. He says 4 southern states, Alabama, Maryland, North Carolina, and Virginia, have already issued apologies for slavery. And since New Jersey financially benefited from slave labor, it should be the first northern state to apologize.
Many whites were able to, if you would, experience a lot of social mobility by acquiring very quickly some Negroes.
Reverend Pritchett says an apology paves the way for monetary reparations for ancestors of hardworking slaves. Assemblyman Merck says slave reparations are something his cash-strapped state cannot afford.
The idea that they should be taxed today because somebody's ancestors were slaves, in my view, is just inappropriate.
About 15% of New Jersey's population is African American. While slavery was officially abolished in the state in 1846, Reverend Pritchett says the practice continued in parts of the state for another 20 years until the Civil War ended.
Still to come, a young boy comes to New York for life-saving surgery. The amazing reaction the boy had.
Plus, why Giants fans are being held at bay by Tampa Bay and are not allowed to buy tickets for Sunday's game in Florida.
From the award-winning director of Pride and Prejudice comes the one epic love story that has everyone raving. It's a ravishing romance that will be talked about for years.
Come back to me.
The chemistry between Keira Knightley and James McAvoy is white hot. An enduring cinematic masterpiece that is the most achingly romantic movie since Titanic. Nominated for more Golden Globe Awards than any other film, including Best Picture of the Year. Atonement, rated R, now playing.
Ah, another day in Masonville, where the friendly office supply folks from WB Mason give you your own local service team. Yes, your own driver, sales rep, and service person who know you and your business. Well, over in Office Superstore land,
You shipped that order? Ask him.
No, him.
What order?
you get excuses. Now, any questions?
Who are those wonderful people?
Who but WB Mason?
This is my neighborhood. It's a great place to raise a child. We love this park. It's so carefree and peaceful. Brenda and Harry, they give news with personality. They give me news I can relate to. My neighborhood, my news.
The #1 car information website, Edmunds.com, presented Mazda with a little problem. They named not one, but 5 different Mazdas to their editor's most wanted list. So how do you put all 5 on a pedestal? With one great event. Announcing Mazda's most wanted sales event. Don't miss 0.0% APR financing on the 2008 Mazda 3. Learn about all the most wanted Mazdas at Mazda.Edmunds.com. Hurry, this year-end event ends January 2nd.
It's being called a Christmas miracle.
A little boy from Peru came to the U.S. for life-saving brain surgery, and it was a success. By the looks of this happy family, it's hard to imagine the ordeal they've been through. Sebastian Pina looks like any healthy 5-year-old, but he and his family traveled from Peru to Schneider Children's Hospital on Long Island for life-saving surgery to remove tumors over his eye and on his head.
We were able to take down Sebastian's front part of the scalp, remove the tumor, and reconstruct the area surrounding the eye on the right side. We got everything out that could be seen, but we know that there are cells remaining.
And that means little Sebastian isn't out of the woods yet. Doctors say he faces aggressive chemotherapy and radiation treatment.
Y estos doctores
And these doctors,
me han curado.
they make me healthy again.
Sebastian's uncle spoke on behalf of the family.
We really call this the Christmas miracle. Our hearts were bleeding, just looking at him acting so well and yet being so sick.
Congressman Steve Israel intervened on the family's behalf to help the boy travel from Peru.
May have pulled off a minor bureaucratic miracle, but the doctors of this hospital pulled off a major life-saving miracle.
He is not only normal, but precocious.
Doctors say Sebastian and his mom will remain in the U.S. for his recovery and follow-up treatments. They're expected to stay for 6 months to a year.
Your health news now. Researchers in Texas may have found a way to help people beat cocaine addiction. 2 researchers at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston may be close to marketing the first ever medication to help addicts. It would stimulate the immune system to attack the drug before it reaches the brain. Right now, the best way to treat cocaine addiction involves psychiatric counseling and a 12-step program. Check out this canine on a tear. Man and man's best friend took on the Mississippi River on water skis.
Water skiing champ Kevin Day and his dog, Brown Sugar, braved the frigid temperatures to raise money for a disabled water ski association, skiing in front of the St. Louis Arch on New Year's Day. That's been a tradition for 32 years.
And now here's Audrey Puente with the weather. He'd need ice skates around here, wouldn't he?
That's true. Yeah, it's very cold, and it was just as cold over there in St. Louis and across much of the country, which we're going to see on our U.S. temperature map in a minute. Let's talk about the numbers we had today, though. Here's a look at the high numbers that we had across the region, but a lot of these were reached at midnight, and temperatures just fell as we went throughout the afternoon. And right now, we have readings in the teens across the area. We're at 12 degrees in Newburgh, 16 in Caldwell, 18 in Newark, 17 in the city. But of course, it's the winds that are making it feel a lot colder out there. These are our sustained winds right now. It's 23-mile-per-hour winds at Newark, 20 at JFK, 8 in New York City, 16 in Caldwell. And when we factor in those winds, we have wind chills in the single digits. It feels like 7 in Central Park. It feels like 2 in Andover, and it feels like 0 degrees right now in Sussex, New Jersey. So the coldest air of the nation is right over the Great Lakes and into the northeast. We still have some towards our west here, and that's going to move over our area as we go through tomorrow. Let's take a live look right now at Viper 3D, and honestly, things are relatively quiet. We did have a few snow flurries across parts of Long Island on the South Shore earlier today, but those have now since pushed off towards the south. Most of the northeast is quiet, just a few lake effect snow showers. Rain and snow is really not the talk of the town today. It's the cold temperatures. A northwest wind flow coming in out of Canada, a very strong one at that, is what ushered in all the cold air. It's going to bring us more frigid weather for tomorrow, but the winds should begin to lighten up as we get into tomorrow night. Now, if you're flying out of any of the area airports tomorrow, expect further delays like they had today, so you definitely should check with your carrier. High pressure will settle into the region as we go through the next couple of days, and that will keep things relatively quiet. We aren't expecting any major storms in the region because we're going to be protected by this area of high pressure. And good news with this one, as it slides off to the east as we get into the weekend, we are going to see a warm-up with temperatures closing in on the 60-degree mark, believe it or not. Tonight, though, no such luck. We'll have temperatures in the teens and in the single digits. Those winds will continue out of the northwest tomorrow. We could see gusts up to 35 miles per hour, so that 25 will feel more like 10 or 15 as we go through your day on Thursday. It is Wednesday today, isn't it? All right, now on Friday, we warm up a little bit to 39. It won't be as windy, so that 39 should feel like 39. And then on Saturday, we're up into the 40s and then in the 50s by Sunday and into Monday. Check that out, 57 degrees.
I can handle that.
We're going to be about 20 degrees above average as we go into next week.
And don't worry, I thought today was Monday, so don't feel bad at all.
Right, it's a holiday thing. We're all thrown off a bit.
Yes, it is. All right, thanks, Audrey.
Thanks, Audrey.
Still ahead, find out how much more Yankee fans will have to shell out to park when the new stadium opens.
Plus, why Giants fans aren't allowed to buy tickets to Sunday's game in Tampa Bay.
And will he or won't he play? It's a question Knicks fans have been asking a lot lately of Stephon Marbury. We'll let you know if he was back up in the lineup tonight, coming up in sports.
Girls caught on video.
You were viewed on YouTube 25 million times. It's embarrassing.
How to overcome embarrassing moments. All new Tyra. Tomorrow at 5, only on My9.
The odds the entire city will be frozen in its tracks. 25 to 1. The LR3. Created for the one. Now's the time to bring one home for the holidays.
Tuesdays on My Network TV, the smash reality hit Jail is back. And this time, it's bigger and badder than ever.
Oh, I don't like jail. Returns Tuesday at 9 on My9.
We're ready. Are you? All-you-can-eat pancakes are back at IHOP. Enjoy stack after stack of fluffy buttermilk goodness served with all your favorites. And try our new International House Roast coffee, too. IHOP. Come hungry, leave happy.
No. This one, here, yeah.
Thanks.
Honey Nut Cheerios. When you want something that tastes great and can help lower cholesterol, the choice is obvious.
Yeah, that's the one. Thanks.
Honey Nut Cheerios. Be happy, be healthy.
I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
Baby, it's cold out there.
This evening has been
hoping that you
so
drop in.
very nice.
I'll take your hands, they're cold as
I ought to say no, 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 sir. At least I'm gonna
Come in from the cold at the Lexus December to Remember sales event, now through January 2nd.
Ticket prices aren't the only thing going up when the new Yankee Stadium opens in 2010. Game day parking prices for the general public will more than double from $14 last year to $29 in 2010. Then it could hit $35 by 2014. And according to a report by the Daily News, the Yankees and their VIPs will get free valet parking for the next 40 years, and that money will be coming out of taxpayers' pockets.
Get this, New York Giants fans are being blocked from getting tickets to the team's playoff game with Tampa Bay. The teams are scheduled to square off on Sunday, but if the Buccaneers get their way, only their fans will be at the game. They're restricting ticket sales to Florida residents only. If you bought tickets last week, you're fine. But from here on out, any tickets sold to people with an out-of-state address will be canceled, and they'll be given a refund. Russ Salzberg's here now with sports. What do you think about that, Russ?
Well, I'll tell you what, just watching it, the Giants are 7-1 playing on the road, so hopefully all those Florida fans are going to go home unhappy on Sunday.
Oh, I like that.
All right, indeed. And then, folks, there were 12. That's right, 12 teams gaining entry into the NFL's postseason tournament, with the grand prize being a Super Bowl championship trophy. From here on in, it's one and done football, one loss, and you're out. For the Giants, their wild card showdown is, of course, this Sunday in Tampa against the Buccaneers. And for the Big Blue, who brought some big-time intensity into Saturday night's loss to the Patriots, quarterback Eli Manning says intensity is fine, but
you know, we did a lot of good things, made a lot of plays, and fought hard. But, you know, it's going to take more than, you know, obviously last week we didn't win. We played well, but we didn't win the game. So, you know, now it's not a matter of just playing well and competing hard. It's a matter of winning the game.
do you guys consciously pick up the intensity level once the playoffs start?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you don't, then, you know, you get a 23-0 beatdown from Carolina like we did 2 years ago. So, I think everyone's been here. We know what to expect, and expect us to play well on Sunday.
The intensity level against the Patriots was extremely high for the entire team. Do you have to even pick it up a notch against Tampa Bay because it's a playoff game?
I mean, you always got to take it up a notch on the playoffs. I mean, the game's a little bit faster. Decisions going to have to be made a little bit faster. Everything's going to have to be a little bit sharper, a little bit more crisper. And, me playing in the playoffs for 7 years, I mean, you kind of get used to it a little bit, and you know that your level of play has to go up if you want to compete.
Brandon, is this a more united group going into the playoffs than it was last season?
Most definitely. I think we are closer. I think we are closer to each other this year than we were last year. Because our season didn't go well last year. We finished 8-8, and a lot of guys were fed up and just aggravated, and wasn't feeling playing toward the end of the year. So I think it's a different year this year.
And don't forget, you can check out this united group of Big Blue Giants battling the Bucks this coming Sunday down at Tampa, 1 p.m., over on our sister station, Fox 5. That's at 1 p.m. All right, after missing most of the past month following the death of his father, Stephon Marbury was back in the lineup tonight against the Sacramento Kings, with the Knicks hoping that 2008 will be a whole lot better than 2007 was. Marbury scoring 16 in 30 minutes of play tonight, but not nearly enough as the Knicks once again stunk to join out. Second quarter, Francisco Garcia dead on target, 3 of his 22. Kings by 14 at intermission, 54-40. Then here, third quarter, Kings by 22. John Salmons with the steal all alone, 2 of his game by 32. Kings by 24. From there, they coasted home, 107-97. Kings was your final. All right, down in Orlando we go. Magic 93, Nets 92, under a minute to play. Vince Carter drives, rejected by Dwight Howard, but Darrell Armstrong begs a deuce, 94-93 Nets. Comes down to this, 96-95 Nets, under 10 seconds to play. Hedo Turkoglu looking for the win, guarded by Jay Kidd. Ball gets loose out to Keith Bogans. Is it a winner? Not even close. Nets win it, 96-95, your final. All right, from the hardwood, what do you say we now hit the ice over at the Rock in Newark tonight, where the first-place Devils faced off against the Florida Panthers. Third period we go. Devils with a 5-on-3 power play. Zach Parisi moves the puck in close to Brian Giunta, parked at the net. He beats Thomas Falcoon. 3-1 Devils. 3-2 was your final. And out in Calgary tonight, Flames 2, Rangers nothing. Second period, Michael Roosevelt will load and fire. Mika Kiprasov gets a piece, but that's not enough to keep the puck from going in. That pulls the Rangers within 1-2-1, and that's the way it is heading into period number 3. And a couple of quick local college basketball scores for you here tonight. South Florida smacking around Rutgers pretty good, 68-45, while it was Syracuse over St. John's, 76-70. That's it for sports.
Okay, Russ, thanks for that. My guess, Giants fans will get some of those tickets.
I hope so.
Okay, thanks a lot. That's it for us tonight. I'm Mike Gilliam.
And I'm Lynda Lopez. For all of us, Russ, Audrey, the entire My9 News team, thanks for joining us, and stay tuned now for Law & Order, Criminal Intent.
It was a playboy kind of life until lust led to murder.
Law & Order Criminal Intent.
Coming up next, only on My9.
It's game time.
New drama.
Break it up. Let's go, let's go. Get on the ground.
New comedy. New talk.
Have you ever faked it?
New reality.
I can't believe my parents saw this.
New year. New shows.
You're out of here, buddy.
This March, something big is going to happen.
Hear that?
Holy crap.
Everybody Loves Raymond, coming to My9 this March.
11.
Everybody here is good looking.
Sexy.
They all are hot.
Singles.
It's game time.
The wait is over. It's back. Paradise Hotel 2.
New guests, no reservations.
Who will shack up?
I'm a 22-year-old virgin.
Who will ship out?
You are my best friend here.
Trust no one.
Drama, love, twists and turns. Paradise has it all.
Paradise